Hi, it's Malix. I wanted to kind of preface this video with the fact that it is cut content. I did cut out this part of my rap video because I felt that it was making the video too long and that we could actually just end after talking about the scavenger clause. This item was a little bit more complex to do. I had to do a little bit of guesswork to figure out what it was, but I wanted to post it because it shows a lot of very interesting things that kind of helps you develop a sense of what kind of items you should give to your players regarding price and effect. It also lets you kind of to lead you to understand how much of effect something has on a player. And how house rules can change that effect. So, I do not go into my house rules that usually affect this, but I do use the averages from the raw rules as written rules to kind of judge how powerful this particular item would be, despite how at first glance we kind of see it as not so powerful. I hope you enjoy this video. I'll come back at the end with a wrap up and talk about kind of what we should learn from this experience in this video. All right, thanks. See you at the end. All right, now the other item I wanted to talk about was a necklace of health. Now, the necklace of health is going to be real simple. It's going to be like that basic uh, item that you kind of always get at low level, and eventually, like, it's always outclassed. Necklace of health. Now, it's just going to give plus 5 HP. Alright, now, doing this constantly, um, we have to figure out a few things. So, there are spells that give plus 5, but it's usually in the form of temporary hit points, and you can't heal temporary hit points. The other way you could do it is you increase the con score by 5. So that's another way to do it. Um, so there's two spells that I'm looking at here. There's False Life, and there is Bear's Endurance. False Life gives a die attempt plus caster level worth of hit points. So on average, it's going to be like 8 hit points. Bear's Endurance gives you plus 4 Constitution. Um, so that gives you at level 3 plus 6 hit points. So that's going to make more sense for me. The Bear's Endurance just gives you plus 6 hit points. So we're going to use Bear's Endurance. This is 2 times 3 times 2,000, because there's no command word, it's just constant. Now, Bear's Endurance has a modifier of 1 minute, so we actually multiply this by times 2. Right? Because it goes 1 round is times 4, 1 minute is times 2, 10 minutes is times 1.5, 1 hour, no change. If it's 24 hours, you divide it by half. All right. So we're going to go through and we're going to multiply this all out. It's going to be 12 times 2,000. So you get 24,000. Now, that's pretty rough. Mostly because it's not the spell. Um, in fact, it's just the plus 5 hit points. It's not going to scale with level like Bear's Endurance would. So maybe we did divide that by 2. The other thing we can do is we could look at False Life and see if it lasts 10 minutes per level, that might make more sense. Because then we have 9 times 2,000, which would equal 18,000. Still not great, but it probably makes more sense. And after looking up, I see that False Life has a 1 hour per level. So I think we can actually use False Life, even though the average is this 8. Just giving a constant 5 life actually makes a lot more sense. So that's going to run us 12,000 for 5 HP. Now that doesn't make the item very interesting. It's way more high level. Um, but you could also see is it giving a feat, giving the toughness feat, which also is a little bit different. So maybe this should really be like 6,000. So like a third level character, well actually it'd be a fifth level. So 10,000. So like level 5 plus times 5 times 2,000. Mm, I don't know. It's really tough. I'm having a real tough time. Yeah. So just rock the 12,000. Um, Obviously, we can go about this a whole bunch of different ways, and we have a tough time finding it. Um, it would make sense if you actually did +8 hit points, and then you get +8 hit points for 12,000. It's a little bit better. Let's see, level. That's going to ring about level 7. A fighter would have uh, a die 10. The average is about 5.5. So times 7. So I did a little bit of math to justify this price. A fighter with a 14 constitution getting the average roll of hit points, which most CRs are calculated by. Um, that would give them about 53 hit points. All right. So if they got just 8 hit points on top of that, 8 hit points is 15% of their total hit points. So that's a 15% increase to their hit points for a level 7 fighter, assuming average stats. Obviously, this means less, but that is not that bad actually. 15% is pretty good. That's like getting a +3 to one of your ability checks. So, um, probably not super great, but you know, that's why it's estimation of price. Um, what I've learned here is don't use false life for your spells. If anything, this kind of proves that it's kind of a weak spell. And probably a lot of characters probably shouldn't take it. Alright? But, anyways, I hope you liked this video. Please like and comment and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. If you want to see me do another video, please leave it in the comments down below and I will get to it and I'll make a video just for you. Alright, cool. That was fun. So, as you can see, I'm kind of like going through and I'm navigating with this item the different possibilities. You've seen me do that before, but looking at both Bear's Endurance and how that scales, and then how False Life doesn't scale, and we kind of can see the difference in ability that those items give to get extra hit points. Um, I think the main benefit about False Life is that when the spell ends, you don't lose those hit points, and it also stacks with any other bonuses. Um, and you lose that bonus when you create a magical item that lets you heal up to that much. Um, in addition, it gives us some insight. This video gives us some insight into calculating out player strength, um, looking at a fighter's average hit points at level 7 is one way to do that. If anyone wants to know, if a fighter has a die 10 hit points, um, basically you go the first level you get 10, the next level you get 1, so that's going to give you an average of 11 for every 2 levels. And then if it is a odd level, then you take 5.5, and then you add on the Constitution modifier at the end. So there's a whole bunch of tricks we can do to figure out kind of average abilities. Another thing, fighters get a +1 attack bonus every level, so that's a 5% increase in their ability to hit things. So at level 1, if they have maybe 16 strength and they have a +1 base attack bonus, that's +4. That means they have a 50% chance of hitting something with an AC of 14. And it just increases from there. So we can kind of look at that for both monster creation and seeing power level. Giving +3 on attack bonuses and damage bonuses, if we look at a weapon, rules as written, that is 18,000 gold pieces. And that's the 15% that I was talking about. So when we put it into perspective like that, it kind of becomes more apparent of how good just getting 8 hit points at level 7 is, because it can be increasing your life total by a lot. So the math of D&D can be really interesting, and that's more for like video game stuff, but there is like a solid foundation in D&D. There's a lot of numbers, particularly Pathfinder and D&D 3E 3.5, that is often overlooked. So I hope you found this video enlightening. Yeah, please like and subscribe and listen for that outro. All right. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, leave a like and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe to my channel for new videos every Sunday and Thursday where we dissect various fantasy monsters to learn what lore and magic they can add to your role-playing game. If you have a request for a creature, please leave it down in the comments down below and I'll break it down for you and your friends to use in your own game. Alright, thanks again. Keep at it. See you guys next time. Peace.